Can you maybe tell me something about your background and how you started playing soccer?
Yeah, well, I'm from a small town in Denmark called Vol, and I started playing football there when I was 6 years old, and then then when I was I guess I was 12, I went to like the bigger club in the area to play there.
But you also played volleyball, if I'm right. At the
I
same
didn't,
time?
but I
No?
played handball.
Handball, sorry.
And both my parents are former handball players, so I was playing handball until I was 13, I guess.
And were you good?
If you ask me, I was pretty good. Yeah. And then when I was 13, I had to choose between playing football or handball, and then I chose for football.
And was that your own decision, or was that a decision that you made with your family?
I would say it was my own one, because both my parents would have liked me to keep on playing handball, I guess.
And they're quite successful, right? In previous.
Yeah, my mom was professional, and my father was playing on a high level as well, the second best league in Denmark. So they were pretty good, I would say.
And then at the age of 15 or 13, you decided, okay, I'll go for soccer.
13, yeah.
And then?
And then I went to as I said, the bigger club in the area, and called Singel, and played there until I was 17, and bought here to Amsterdam.
And why did you choose for Ajax, for example? Because they have a lot of Danish players, of course, in the history.
Yeah, sure. The history of Ajax with Danish players is very successful. So that was for sure one of the things that made the decision a bit easier. Because of course there were also other options, but I was not really in doubt about that. I wanted to come here.
And what is a normal day for you? Like if you played a match day, and then maybe do you go home immediately, or there's friends of the team that you hang out with, or?
Yeah, well, like in a normal week,
Yeah.
we meet in at 9 o'clock in the club, and then we'll be home and around 2, I guess, and then from there on it's pretty much up to myself what I do. I hang a lot out with another Danish guy who's here. So yeah, we are doing a lot of fun stuff together, and using the city a lot, and just hang out actually. And then there's game days, of course, where it depends on what time you're playing. But you meet in there, and then normally it's 3 hours before the match, and then you play the game, and
you
go home again.
Yeah. And is there something like living here in Amsterdam now for how long?
For 3 years now.
3 years? Is there something that's so different than where you're from, and maybe made you aspire something else next to football in the future?
Yeah, you can say that Amsterdam is a bit more. There's a lot of different people here, and a lot of different, like types of
backgrounds.
People. Exactly. Yeah. And where I come from, I feel like everybody's the same a bit maybe, and there's not so much difference on the people walking around there and living there. So I've for sure seen some things that I've never seen in my life before.
Like what?
Yeah, but just like people and what they're saying and what they're doing and how they look, and everything actually. So it has opened my eyes a bit, I would say, to live here.
To where you're used to.
Exactly.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your goal? What do we do even 2 years?
Yeah, well, it's difficult in the world of football, I think, because one season can change your life completely and send you to a lot of different destinations. So it's very difficult to really of course, I have something I hope for, which is like playing in the biggest clubs and stuff like that. But it's just not really possible to predict what's gonna happen. So, yeah,
Open.
I'm open, and I don't really know actually. Yeah.
What do you think about like when you were young, or like, hey, I've always dreamed of this, of course, but is that more pressure for you, like to be even better in the future, or didn't you think about it like that?
Nah, I would say I've always been pretty like self-critic, if you can say so. So of course, after I came in and became a pro, it went very well, and from the beginning, and I scored a lot of goals, and everybody was talking very positive about me and all that. So the year after, of course, people expect more than I gave them the year before, and back then it was pretty difficult to deal with, I think, because
you're so young.
Yeah, exactly. I was 19, so that was a bit difficult, because I expected a lot from myself, but to hear it from other people that they think that I should have done better, or they're saying that I'm not that good as they thought and stuff like that. That was a bit hard in the beginning, but as everything, yeah, kind of it turned out that I kind of got through that period where I took it in all the bad things.
Yeah, you took it very personal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think everybody would do that.
Yeah, of course. I never had the position, but
no, but it's a strange thing. So at some point I just realized that I couldn't really do anything about what they're saying and what they're writing, and they could do whatever they want and stuff like that. So, and I just have to do my thing and be like, if I'm happy about what I do and my teammates are happy about what I do and my trainer is, then it doesn't really matter what everybody else is saying. And of course that's not something you do from one day to another. But
And when was that point? There was a moment that you were like,
yeah, exactly. And of course, all my friends and my family and everybody tries to tell me that from the beginning, actually. And I felt a bit that they didn't really understood it, because of course they have never been in it either. So that kind of irritated me a bit, that they just say, just forget about it, because it's not really that easy. And I think when you get so much, I think in the end you just realize that you can't really use it for everything, but actually just use it as motivation to shut them.
And who in your group of friends, family, was someone that you got information from and then took it to your advantage of like how to go with this information?
I don't think I really used anybody from my family to that, actually. I mainly used my teammates and my trainers, actually. That was like the main men I kind of talked to, and that was also what helped me. Those three things.
You have a lot of fans, I would say. Every time I make a picture of you, there's like 100 of Instagram accounts that reblog it. I was a little bit amazed about that. As I told you before, of course, like I have no idea about soccer. I'm interested in it, but I'm not into that too deep. You're an athlete, but now you're also a celebrity. Is that something that you could prepare yourself for, or?
That's a bit up sometimes.
Yeah.
That it's a part of it, because it is a part of it that there is fans and there is some people that really support you, and that's of course very, very nice and something that I really appreciate. all the support I get, but also just being seen on the streets and stuff like that. That's the most strange thing about it, that people feel like they know me because they have seen me and like start to talk to me without I've never seen them before in my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very strange sometimes, and I'm also like sometimes I always also forget it because I don't walk around thinking that somebody knows who I am. So I forget it sometimes, and then when people come to me and say hi and stuff like that, I'm like a bit surprised still. But that's just how it is. And
especially the Netherlands is a is a very small country, but if you go on holiday, for example, there's enough people still recognizing you.
Yeah, there is, but yeah, as you say, especially in Amsterdam and in Holland, because Ajax is the team here.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of knows, even though they don't really are into football, they kind of know their father or sister or brother or whatever. They know they're Ajax fans. So everybody has some kind of relationship with Ajax here, I think.
What's the funniest thing that ever happened on the streets? Like someone approaching you for?
Nah, but it's in general like old people.
Yeah.
who have seen me in television and stuff like that, and then they start talking to me like we have known each other for, I don't know, 10 years or something. So I don't know, it's
because that's all they do. They watch television, exactly. And you're their biggest hero. It's like maybe a super fan.
Exactly, and yeah, it's fun actually. It's very funny, but yeah, that's just how it is.
And compared to Denmark, are people a little bit more reserved and shy when, of course, you're in your hometown? You're of course also.
Yeah, that's of course also a thing, because I think people here are more like straight out and straight up. How what they say, what they think, and do what they want to do, and that causes also more that I have to stop up more and take pictures and say hi to people and stuff like that, and just the city I come from, if there's not really people stopping me actually. It's more like they're looking a bit, I see that and stuff like that, but it's not that they're gonna stop me, and that's I think the biggest difference from being here than being in Denmark, that people here in Amsterdam, they don't really care. They just go up to me and ask
immediately make pictures.
Yeah, exactly. That's they don't really care about, like, yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, but they don't really care about who I am if they just can take a picture with me.
And do you have a girlfriend?
I don't have any girlfriend, no. So I'm single.
Hey, for everyone watching here, your DM must be popping now.
No, it's not.
Okay, and how is that actually, like being single and living here as a football player, soccer player? It would be an easy way of getting a beautiful girl.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm very happy about being single. It's not something that I'm really searching for not to be, so that's fine with me. And yeah, as I said, I just do what I want to do and hang out with Rasmus a lot. So
and I say this because I think, like, if I look at a lot of your team players or just football, soccer in general, they have their high school girlfriend that they marry with, have young kids at a very early age.
Yeah, true. And yeah, you see that a lot, that they find together very early, and yeah, from there stay together, and that's of course a very nice story that they've been together through all the things and stuff like that. But
because you grow up very quickly, it's the easiest thing.
Exactly.
I think it's the easiest thing to.
I think it's a safe.
It's a safe
place and stuff like that. So yeah, but I just didn't have a high school
sweetheart.
or whatever.
Yeah, is that because you just were always focused and aiming on like becoming the best soccer player, or?
Yeah, well, I think I got introduced to girls a bit late, maybe. It was not something I was talking to my friends about when I was 12, 13.
Mhm.
I went to a sports school, and all of us in the school were doing some kind of sports and focusing on that and doing that. Yeah, like 9 times a week or something. So so that was all what we were kind of talking about and focused on, to play soccer and watch football and watch every other sport as well. So, and we were like, we would every weekend we were playing football, so we didn't really have time to, I don't know what you're doing when you were 13, but
Just chilling
and stuff like that. We didn't really do that because we always had to play football.
Yeah.
So it came a bit later with that.
Yeah. So if I look at big celebrities like Michael Jackson or something, if you're focused on music or your sport at such an early age, that also means that you forget a little bit of your childhood, and maybe on a later stage you enjoy like simple things of like hanging out with your teammates. You have a little bit more time for that.
Yeah, I think so. Because if I look back at my childhood, it was just football.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything else but playing football.
In the future, is there something in the meantime that you've found that's where's your ambition? Is that in fashion? I know you're always on trend. You like to see what's happening. Is there something in that field, or photography, or something that you think that would be?
I think there's a lot of things that I'm like, I know a little bit about, which and things that I find interesting, but I still need to find something that I kind of want to do more in, if you could say so. So yeah, it's difficult to say. I don't really know if I'm gonna do something on the side of playing football, but right now I'm just doing a bit of everything and enjoying that, and that's basically what I'm doing. So we will see. I don't know yet.
Okay, and then maybe one of the last questions is, if you look at the younger generation now, and it's with social media, it's very easy to see how you got to a certain place. Is there an advice that you can give them of like how to stay focused and become maybe something that they aspire to?
Yeah, I think I've got that question a lot. But for me, I feel like I've always just doing what I really liked to do and what I really enjoyed. So I think that's also why it turned out that well, because I was always enjoying playing football, and I never really thought about doing anything else. And I'm looking forward to training and playing football, and I really enjoy being better at playing football. And I think that's the main thing, that of course you have to work hard for being better and stuff like that, but if you don't enjoy being better, then I think that's a problem then.